A very good morning. You're watching News9 with me, Deepak Bopana. And first up, the additional police commissioner Alok Kumar raided Parapanagrara late last night. Now, the raid was conducted based on complaints that there were mobile phones and other materials being used in the central jail. The cops recovered over 20 mobile phones, marijuana packets, cash and even pen drives at the central jail. East Zone DCP Ravi and a team of 4 other DCPs raided the prison under Alok Kumar and seized several important documents.
See, this thing is also there. Prashant Babu put it up. 6 में ऐड कर लो.
As you can see on your screens, knives, mobile phones, cash, marijuana, all of this being seized from inside the Parapanagrara jail. And the sleuths were looking for contraband in the central prison in Parapanagrara. Around 100 policemen raided the Bangalore Central Prison in Parapanagrara looking for contraband following information about the increasing use of mobile phones illegally by inmates. The team, led by Additional Commissioner of Police Law and Order Alok Kumar, checked for mobile phones, SIM cards, cash, liquor and even marijuana, which is reportedly available in abundance. It may be recalled that the police had arrested a notorious burglar who had been tutored by prison inmates and also got help securing bail. The inmates used to keep in touch with the burglar over the phone. As you can see, a lot of money, a lot of mobile phones, knives, pen drives, so much more. Things that you wouldn't believe that you could probably find in a prison were all seized yesterday in one of the most surprise raids conducted by the Bangalore police, raiding a central jail which is heavily guarded by their own men, the police. You see the Alok Kumar himself holding something which looks like a weapon, which was found inside the central jail. Well, let's listen to Alok Kumar himself and listen to what he had to say.
ಸಾಕಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟಾಫ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು KSRP ಇದು ನಾವು 4-5 ಪ್ಲಾಟೂನ್ KSRP ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತು. ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಸಿವಿಲ್ ಸಿಬ್ಬಂದಿ ಕೂಡ PSI ಮತ್ತು ASI ಇದು PCಗಳು ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇವರ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಹೋಗಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸರ್ಚ್ ನಾವೇನಿದೆ ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಅಧಿಕಾರಿ ಜೊತೆಗೆ ನಾವು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಆ ಸರ್ಚ್ ವೇಳೆ ಕೆಲವು ವಸ್ತುಗಳು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ, ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ. ಪರಿಶೀಲನೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಏನಾದರೂ ಇನ್ಕ್ರಿಮಿನೇಟಿಂಗ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅದು ನಾವು ನೋಡ್ತೀವಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಗಮನಕ್ಕೆ ಕೂಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ತರ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಂಗೆ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಇದು ಇದೆ, ಅವರಿಗೆ ಸಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಮತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಜೈಲ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕಿತಾಪತಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಧೈರ್ಯ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು ಮತ್ತು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಕ್ರಮ ಚಟುವಟಿಕೆ ನಡೆಸಬಾರ್ದು. ಸೊ ಅದೊಂದು ಪ್ರಿಸನ್ ಅಥಾರಿಟೀಸ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಹಕಾರ ನೀಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀವಿ.
Well, moving on, this man had plans to make some quick bucks but ended up at the receiving end of public anger. A man who tried to barge into a house in Basveshwar for extortion was beaten up black and blue by the public. Now, the incident took place at around 10 o'clock last night in a house belonging to Shrikant and Surekha. You can see from the visuals, the man not just beaten up, he was even stripped. As you can clearly see, they even asked him to undress, embarrassing him in the middle of the road. Probably the public did think that is the right method to deal with such kind of people who at about 10 o'clock he did try to enter the house of Surekha and Shrikant. While Surekha was alone at home at about 10 o'clock, he tried to harass her while getting inside and tried to even steal the things inside the house. While he barged in, Surekha screamed out for help and neighbors turned up in no time, and within minutes the thief was caught and beaten up black and blue. Now the locals then handed over this man to the police. Now it is reported that the accused has been admitted to the KC General Hospital owing to the injuries. Now case has also been registered at the Basweshwar Nagar police station. So man, they're going to barge into a house trying to steal things from the house, even harass the woman who was alone at home. However, the neighbors have turned up in the right time and actually caught hold of him, beat him up and then handed over this man to the police. So this thief facing the wrath of the residents of Basweshwar Nagar. You can see he has received a lot of injuries on his body as well. All this due to the public thrashing that this man received while he tried to steal a house in Basweshwar Nagar. The Karnataka State Pollution Control Board has released the latest data on noise pollution in the city for the past 6 months, and going by the stats, it looks like Bengalurians have sleepless nights with noise levels breaching permitted limits even in residential areas.
Bengaluru, once a pensioner's paradise and a garden city, is now suffering due to high levels of air and noise pollution. And that's the reason the High Court on Monday came down heavily on the KSPCB for failing to control pollution in the city. And there seems to be a reason for the High Court making such observations. The pollution levels in Bengaluru are extremely high, and data released from the noise pollution monitoring stations of the KSPCB threw up some worrying stats. Data from 5 monitoring stations from January to July this year show that BTM layout, which is a residential area, is seeing high levels of noise pollution. The noise levels are 19.6% above the permissible level during daytime, while it is a whopping 37.7% above permissible levels during nighttime. In comparison, Marathahalli, which is largely a commercial area, seems to be doing better with the noise pollution level within the permissible limit during daytime, while at nighttime the area's noise pollution level sees a 9% increase above the permissible level. Basweshwar Nagar, which is largely a residential area, has witnessed noise pollution above permissible limits. During daytime, the pollution is 5.6% above the limits, while during nighttime it is 18.6% above limits. The extension of nightlife too seems to have its effect on the noise pollution levels. Church Street, which is a commercial area, has recorded noise pollution which is 2% above limits during daytime, and during the night it increases by a whopping 13%. Surprisingly, Pina industrial area has recorded readings which are largely within the limits. The data shows noise levels being breached during nighttime in residential areas, spoiling the sleep of residents. The Pollution Control Board claims that it is coordinating with various departments to bring down the pollution levels, but agrees that all the concerned departments need to do a lot more to tackle the problem.
As per the information given by the Transport Department, there are around 53 lakhs vehicles in the Bangalore city, and every year 10% of the vehicles will be added to the road. So this is the main reason for the noise pollution, and also the construction activities, and especially during the night times, sometimes this the borewell drilling and public address systems. So these are all causing the noise.
The Malleshwaram Residents Welfare Association, which is fighting to bring down noise levels in a once peaceful locality, feels that the larger problem is with the lack of planning for the city and failure in implementing laws. A coordination committee involving stakeholders like the Transport Department, Traffic Police, BBMP and others have been formed, and the KSPCB has given a set of guidelines to all of them on what needs to be done. But with the departments failing to implement all these guidelines effectively, Bangaloreans will have to suffer in a noisy city. Harish Upadhyay for News 9.